Hello, everyone, and welcome to Playday number 5 of the APAC Pro League. I am Aimfleet, and I'm, of course, joined by Monkey Fist. Monkey, how you going?
I'm alright. At least I didn't mute myself to start things off.
Yeah, that went really well. You couldn't even tell until you said that. But no, tonight we have some amazing games coming up for you tonight. So, first off, we have Athletico taking on DarkSided. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a match. This is going to be an absolute incredible match. I think this is the top two of the top 3 teams fighting for each other tonight. Meanwhile, after that, we're going to have Control versus Taboo.
Yeah, so Control versus Taboo. We start of the season, I'll be saying Taboo all night long. However, Control, they've really surprised us this season. They've come out the gate swinging, managing to get some points up on the table.
Absolutely. Speaking of points on the table, let's have a quick look at how our teams look in the ladder leading forward tonight. Of course, this is a round robin. Athletico, the only team that is currently undefeated on our ladder with a total of 12 points, followed by Fnatic. DarkSided, though, could potentially pinch that tonight.
Yeah, they're looking to it. I would say I'd favour Athletico to extend their lead, however. The thing is, Fnatic with those 2 draws, that's the real surprising thing up in here.
Oh, absolutely. I think a lot of people have wondered what's happened with those 2 draws. Meanwhile, Taboo sitting at 5th and Control currently down in last place with only a single point to their name. They've got a lot to prove tonight.
Yeah, well, they've definitely had some really good performances. They did have that draw against Fnatic, which is probably the big shock, the 1st seed versus the 8th seed. And all their losses as well have been very close against some of these very top teams. So they've definitely been showing some fight, and I'm excited to see how they go from there. Absolutely.
Control is also versing Taboo. This is the lowest team that they've versed so far this season. On the ladder. So, this is the best chance they had to win a game. But focusing on tonight's game, let's have a quick look at the lineup from Athletico. So it will be Todd, Silix, Derpe, Emorin, and Ethan being fielded on the team. This is a team that a lot of people have come to expect great things out of.
Yeah, I really feel like them bringing in Ethan has been, what they've been looking for ever since they lost Neophyter. When they lost Neophyter, it was a massive blow to them, and, Ethan has been able to fill that void as that star player, that standout fragger.
Yeah, absolutely. And why don't you take us through the DarkSided line?
So, yes, we've got Fletch, Jack Dad, Specker, Cutie, and Virtue. Now, this is an interesting lineup that's seen quite a few chops and changes. The only ones that we've seen, I suppose, ever since the first inception of this roster is Fletch and Jack Daddy. The other 3 members, all fairly new, Cutie being the longest standing of the new ones, but still, he's only been in there for a season.
Yeah, absolutely. He has done really, really well. And I think also looking at that lineup, though, people have been very impressed with Specker in the last couple of days. The last couple of nights of the Pro League, sorry. Specker has done so well. He's really stepped up.
Yeah, so when he first came onto the roster, people were so critical of him. And I really feel like that might have been playing some mind games with him. So yeah, people were like, he's not fragging well enough. He's in too much of a supportive role, and still not getting those frags. So, but those last couple of nights of Pro League, he has been stepping up, showing where he's at, and really showing that he does have the pedigree to stay on this roster.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been very impressive so far. But out of these 2 teams, when you're really looking at how they're going to match up, when we have a look at our 2 maps for tonight, we have Coastline, and for the first time in this Pro League, we're seeing a Villa tonight. Let's get excited about that.
Yeah, I am pretty pumped, to be honest. Coastline, yeah, I think it's a really great map. It's got some really easy rotations to understand. I think that's why it's such a popular map. And then, Villa. We haven't really seen much of it at all. I've played it a bit in ranked, but that's really it.
Yeah, I must admit that my really experience with this map is not the greatest so far. I've picked it up in ranked a little bit as well, but that's really about it. So looking forward to Villa, there's going to be a lot of things that people are really going to be looking at this map to learn off these teams.
Yeah, that's true. What do these teams come up with? I'm sure they've spent some time straightening it out. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let it through. both of them, you know, would have been thinking, what can we do? What strategies do we have coming out, etc., etc. But, you know, Coastline, first map, we can talk about that all later. Let's get into this in just a moment. Do you want to give us a final score prediction, Mr. Amfleet?
Look, this is going to be exceptionally close. I'm going to go 6-4 to Athletico.
6-4 to Athletico. I'm going to go 6-3 actually to Athletico.
Yeah, really, we're both picking the same side.
Yeah, I really do think actually... Athletico... No, Athletico do have the drop over DarkSided. DarkSided, just, like, you know, we saw them the other week, you know, playing too static, just not being as, you know, fluid as we saw them, and Athletico have really looked good this Pro League season.
I do agree. I think DarkSided have definitely looked weak in their last couple of play days. Particularly against Fnatic. They had some serious issues against Fnatic. They did, of course, bring it back, but I don't think that can be attributed to DarkSided changing the way that they played.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that you know, Athletico are going to be the favorites heading into this, just because of how each team have looked, especially last week.
Yeah, now let's talk about these bans, right? So we see Blackbeard and IQ banned. IQ is banned by Athletico. I'm like, if, you know, they've banned IQ, then surely DarkSide are going to think of banning Valkyrie, but then Athletico are like, nah, we're going to ban Valkyrie as well. So that's pretty interesting for me. What do you think of that?
This is a lot of information denial being taken off by Athletico, right? So IQ information denial on the attacking side, Valkyrie information denial on the defending side. So it seems like Athletico just want to stop the information gathering that DarkSided have been favoring the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Lion been let through, Mira been let through as well.
Yeah, very interesting. DarkSided favoring Pulse on Coastline last week against Fnatic. Let's see if Athletico have learnt from them. You know, I'm expecting DarkSided not really to bring out anything different to what they brought out last week. I don't think that they've showed much growth so far. So to totally change the way they play in just a week, I don't think it's quite possible for this DarkSided squad just yet.
Yeah, and if you remember last week, there was, you know, Fnatic, there was Cutie in a clutch when he could have denied the plant and completely missed. Like, I think VSDS might be thinking they've got a few, you know, monsters to slay, ghosts to kill on Coastline here.
Oh, absolutely. They really want to, you know, take it out of their system, kind of like how Fnatic tried to do on Oregon, where they drew against Control and then, like, had their second draw on Oregon as well, actually. So, yeah, it's kind of like demons in the pocket, isn't it? Just trying to free themselves up a little bit.
Yeah, slay those demons, so to speak. Alright, interesting hold downstairs we're seeing. You know, this is what DarkSide like to do. It's like they have a strat and they always try and build around it. Like, we've seen that Oregon meeting hold strat so many times from them. And, you know, on Coastline we got the bathroom and the kitchen area hold when you're defending the penthouse and theatre.
Yeah, DarkSided, they've really favoured this downstairs hold for the upstairs, for the penthouse bomb site. Fletch played down there last week as well. Actually, I believe it was Specker who played down here last week. But it did not work for them last week. Let's see if Athletico have realized that Fnatic had the answers to this, and all they have to do is just copy what they did.
Yeah, you can't just push straight to site. You know, you got to worry about the C4 from below. But if you got the man, you know, advantage, you can surely just waste a man with a C4 death going for the plant and then plant again. Like, it's there's very little they can do. Of course, it is Pulse, so you could just start floor banging you. But, you know, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, but now Jack Daddy's down there in support as well on this mute. But it looks like Athletico is going to do something completely different here. And they're taking from Aquarium, and they're going to push their way into the hallway.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's not something you normally see. These players that are inside the theatre are so hard to clear on out. It's a small room with tight angles, and, you know, only the one wall you can really open. Of course, you can come below, but that's what that mirror on the wall's for, to deny.
Oh, absolutely. And now this Fletch on this Pulse, it's actually going to spot Emerin on the outside there. But the rest of DarkSide are all huddled up in that theatre room.
Yeah, it is very strange. Looks like Todd's going to be the first one down into the lobby. Still wary of this castled off bathroom. Oh, that's a toss, Ethan. Nice one.
Yep, that's practice right there, isn't it? And no Todd from below. Manages to find Cutie's head through the floor. What a find from Todd. And now that is going to make DarkSided on the run as they try to knock it themselves shotgun. Ethan's going to get himself another one as Specker drops down. But Fletch also traded back Todd.
Yes, that's that buck from below. No longer going to be an issue. Fletch also opening up the run out so he can jump out on the line if he so pleases. But it's really slowed down now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has. DarkSided doing a very, very good job of trying to stop this momentum. Ethan being very, very cautious of that downstairs. Virtue going to step up. He thinks the bomb's going to go down, but with only 45 seconds left, they haven't made their way in just yet. Fletch gets himself Ethan as Virtue's also going to go and find Silex's head, and Derpe and Emorin are now left in a 2 versus 3. They've managed to get the diffuser, but Jack Daddy finds Derpe, so it only leaves it up to Emorin.
Oh no, and he's missed those shots there as well. Fletch with that mirror. It's going to allow him to fall back as the ping is coming out. C4 through the floor, but I think that's going to miss as Emorin's made his way further forward from that. 15 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to go very, very fast here.
15 seconds left.
Yes, he is. And they're going to get the Claymore, but he's going to hear the shots coming from behind him. He still doesn't have the options. He needs to nail that mirror. He manages to down Virtue, but that is all he has going for him as Fletch is going to come around the corner, pre-fire him out, and that is the first round going to DarkSided.
Yeah, well, there we go. DarkSided is showing up nice and strongly on this bomb site. The push from Athletico seemed a bit disjointed. They did just try and ignore those players downstairs, and that was ultimately to their demise.
Yeah, absolutely. I am actually really surprised that Athletico tried to do that push there. Ethan was left totally undefended over on that.
No, he had a Claymore. He had a Claymore there, and he was watching the door run out. He just lost the duel somehow. I'd say Fletch would have pulsed him and pre-fired him from inside still.
Yeah, I'd imagine that he waited for Ethan to go back to that window, waited for the news that he'd placed pressure. He was placing pressure in the window itself rather than looking down, and I think that's when he probably would have struck. I think that would have been a very patient play by DarkSide.
Yeah, but it doesn't answer our question of how he got that Claymore, because that one looked pretty difficult to get. But here we go, Ethan going to 6-pick onto the line once again, and we're seeing the Echo this time for Spec Up.
Yeah,
it's the bomb site.
Bomb site's back over in Hookah this time. So they hit the Echo last time as well. Like the Echo was 6th-picked last match as well. So it's really interesting that they're consistently trying to hide this Echo to me. I wonder why. Like, to me, Echo doesn't show like a certain hold or something like that. It doesn't. So I'm wondering why they're choosing to hide Echo over anything else.
Yeah, here we go. We see that mirror coming up. It's high on the wall, no shield to protect it because there's no Blackbeard. Someone's repelling on the window to the north here. Could easily just take a heads-up firefight rather than have to worry about if it's a Blackbeard or not.
Yeah, well, that's it. That actually really does change the way that this side's played. With no Blackbeard, you know, you don't have that shield sitting on windows.
Yeah, and here we go into this one. 20 seconds down so far. Looks like a fairly stock standard hold. Legion's going to only help with denying it. No one really playing downstairs, and Emorin, he's in so fast, and he's going to find Fletch, who is trying to get downstairs. Yeah, that's what happens when you take too long to set up.
A very nice shot by Emorin there. And now that has made DarkSided very, very cautious of him. Spec are going to be the one to try and peek this long angle there. Silex's drone does see him.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen the drone at all. Looks like we're going to see the push all together. Ethan's going to pre-fire, just misses, however. As Specker now is surely being detected. Oh no, there's a mute jammer right there, of course. Beautiful use of the mute there. Make sure that they can move around while the line E1D drone's coming off.
Absolutely, and they're still very, very set on taking the stairwell here. The Zophia's coming out, all 4 coming out, and they are just going to run away concussed. Cutie and Spec are trying to wait for that concussion to run off before they get charged, essentially. Legion Mines coming out as well. Virtue going to take out a nice drone. There's Derpe finds Specker from downtown. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, all the way from outside. 5-on-3 man advantage in Athletico's hands right now. Minute 20 on the clock as well.
Athletico looking a lot stronger on this attack than they were on the last one. Virtue just gets shotgunned Oh, by Todd. What a find. Now that leaves it 2 versus 5 here, and DarkSided's chances are dwindling. It's going to take a hero play at this point, but it's not going to be Jack Daddy as Todd removes his head, and that only leaves us with Cutie. Cutie manages to get one. He manages to get the trade, but the plant goes down. Emorin not gonna put an end to that dream as he takes out Cutie.
Yeah, great round there from Athletico. They got those picks. They worked them very nicely. Oh, that's a nice shot by Emorin as well.
Yeah, some really, really nice work there from Athletico, and it seems like that attack was just so much more well coordinated than what the initial attack was.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a better strategy there from Athletico. Whereas onto the Penthouse Theatre, as we said, like it was very, you know, silly. It's just the push from the one angle.
It seemed like almost seemed like a pug strategy, didn't it?
Yeah, like don't even worry about countering the strategy they've got worked out. Just do what you want, apparently.
Yeah. But they're still going to 6-pick onto that line. Did they 6-pick at the first round? I don't remember, to be perfect.
Yes, they did. He had Blitz picked out first and then switched over to the line.
Okay, so 6-picking line every three rounds. And interestingly enough, DarkSided showing their lineup this time. Saying, okay, they know what we take, let's just take it again anyway.
Yeah, well, there we go. Solix not having any impact so far except for a death, whereas the rest of Athletico have. The same can be said for Specker on VSDS. 1 assist for Specker, actual, and 2 deaths.
Yeah, I'm not really, like, both Silix and Specker play very support-orientated operators.
Yes.
Especially Silix does a lot of planting and things like that with the diffuser. So Silix very much like both Specker and Silix have to keep themselves alive for them to do their utility jobs. They're not putting themselves in danger because they're droning and things like that. So naturally, those two people are going to be lower on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so, that being said, Habana's a great fragger.
Yeah, that is true, but you know she still has to stay alive to use her X-Kairos as like they're really important because you know they're the only hard breach.
Yeah, but once you've used them up, it's time to go ham with the Bearing 9 and the Type 89.
Well, absolutely, I do agree with that. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing beats a good fragmite. I am a little bit biased. He's my favorite operator. But
yeah, his rifle's not too bad either.
So, but no, I agree. Those two operators are both very, very good at fragging. But you can say the same about, you know, Echo, no recoil on the MP5 SD. So really, really good as well at landing those headshots. Same with, we see Spectre on Mirror a little bit as well. But Virtue going to find Todd. Not going to fall for that trick a second time, Todd. You're going to have to come up with something new to get that next time.
Yeah, that's Todd off the board so far. Very quickly. And then we've got 2 members of Athletico just watching the downstairs rotate. Looks like Derpe's going to have to push up in instead of Todd take over his duty, try and deny this mirror hit. That's going to be the first quarter call. And while the call's coming out, he's going to be able to do so. Oh no, he doesn't want to take the mirror. He's looking for the frag.
Yeah, Virtue's going to run off though. Derpe needs to be... I'm pretty sure he saw him there. So he's going to have to either be really, really patient or else he's going to have to attempt to find him somewhere else on the floor.
Oh, he's going to go back to it. Derpe's ready for it, but he can't land the shots. Virtue's going to go low, but that's it. As those Habana charges are going to open up the hatch from below line. EE1D coming out. Virtue is getting bullied right now.
Yeah, but he is not in a good place, but he is doing so well to stay alive and just eat through the time of Athletico right now.
Yeah, Athletico, they look a bit lost, don't they? And Ethan, he's going to get run on out by Fletch there from the kitchen. Beautiful stuff. 3-on-5 man advantage to DarkSided. This feels like it's the last round, but flipped around.
Yeah, this is going really, really poorly for Athletico, and just a couple of changes by DarkSided, and we're seeing how much of a difference this has made. As Athletico now being forced into a Billiards push, Silas going for the plan as QD lands the headshot onto Emorin, but the Yokai drone is here to stop it. They finally managed to get one. A second one's coming down. Jack Daddy lands the C4 onto Derpe, and Virtue's finally going to take out Silex when the smoke clears. And DarkSided don't lose a single member.
Yeah, great hold there by DarkSided. Now they're going to go back to the other bomb site they held dominantly, which is the Theatre and Penthouse. So expecting another good round out of DarkSided here. They've impressed me so far on Coastline.
Yeah, they have shown up really well, but I think this can be more attributed to Atletico's lack of a push so far. Like, the second round was the only round that they really seemed to have been active in it. The first round was exceptionally passive, where they just sat around and held angles for, half the round. And then that round as well, they had 4 members trying to find virtue for like half the round as well. And so it was just a very passive push from Athletico.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it really feels like they're playing like old style Athletico, where they would, they'd have to execute a strat, and if one thing doesn't go right for them, they just fall apart.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of old school Athletico, isn't it? I actually really, I want to see Athletico be a bit more active on their pushes, be a bit more proactive in their abilities here. They're a very strong team, and so far they've had a relatively easy time. Like, they haven't versed Fnatic yet. This is they're versing DarkSided now. So when it's all said and done, this is DarkSided have had their 2 hardest matches are over after this week, right? Like, so they've only really got one way to go on the scoreboard, where Athletico still have to verse that Fnatic team. So if they lose to DarkSided here, they could be pushed down to 3rd.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very tightly contested, and these kind of matches are the ones where it matters the most.
Absolutely. When it's very close, they need to be pulling out the victories. So we need to see Athletico be a bit more proactive in these attacks. We need to see their strategy look a bit stronger than just hope we get some picks and then go from there.
And look, we got the exact same setup from DarkSided, and it looks like Athletico want to attack in a very similar way.
I really hope they don't, hey? Like, that push was so... If they do decide to push it that same way, they need to be more active in their push. They sat around in that corridor for so long. They need to get more people down to support Todd downstairs, because Todd can't do his job and buck down from below to put pressure on the people on the site if these 2 VSDS players are still playing downstairs.
Yeah, they just need to clear out the people downstairs. It's not, whether they can get the support downstairs. They just need to kill them.
Yeah, exactly. So they need to... They've pushed in the exact same way so far. I feel like they need to maybe push in from the bars, from the first bars, so they don't all have to funnel down this one stairwell to be able to get these frags. If they push in from the bars, they can take the hallway. They can, come in through the kitchen.
Specker's in a great position here. He's completely undetected in the security room. No drones come his way at all. And Emarin's going to find Fletch. All right, that's a great start. That's the pulse downstairs.
Yeah, that's he's just picked that glass at just the wrong time. Derpe with a very nice hole right here. And he doesn't know he's actually looking at the leg of a DarkSided player. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, well, it is through the wall.
What? Like, he could wallbang that. He won't kill him, but he can get a bit of damage off.
It looks like Specker's going for the long flank, and has Cutie been detected? I'm unsure, but Ethan is going to find Virtue. Looks like Derpe's going to be pushing the long hallway as well. Call's coming on out. Surely the plant will be coming in just a moment. But do they expect a close one? No, that's Cutie finding Solix, but Emarin, he's very quick to trade that one on back, leaving us in a 4-on-2. Specker and Jack Daddy remaining both downstairs.
Yep, Emarin going to take over plant duty now as Silex is dead, and the plant successfully gets placed down. Todd finds Jack Daddy for that kill. What a turnaround! Specker finds the head of Derpe, but Emarin is there to trade him back for the round win.
There we go then. So Athletico looking stronger in that push. They didn't have to take downstairs. They did it with just the right amount of pressure, and then they found the frags on the bomb site. The C4s from below were ineffective, and that's the round going to Athletico. Now, I suppose the reason why they're not really worrying too much about downstairs, right, is the fact that it's very hard to see 4 from below when they've got control of that lobby.
Yeah, that is true. You don't necessarily need to kill downstairs. As long as you do control the lobby, you are correct. As long as you do control the lobby, you can get the plant down. So I feel like DarkSided, their strategy there was actually very solid. The
yeah,
having that member undetected in security, I really thought was actually going to win them the round. Hey.
Yeah, he really shouldn't have fallen off. He should have gone aggressive there. I really feel, Specker. Like the fact that you know, he pushed all the way around for a long flank was completely ineffective, whereas they had no idea where he was. He could have denied the buck. He could have killed Emo Rin, which is also providing Overwatch downstairs, but no. Just fell off it.
Yeah, he needs to be a bit more confident in those pushes. And look at that, Emo Rin and Todd, man, doing so much work for the Athletico lineup right now. And a very even kill spread in DarkSided.
Yeah, once again, Solix 003 still not on the board.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best time this game. I do agree with you so far. Normally he at least has 1 kill on the board.
I think it's more of the fact his role on attack though. He'll drone out, he'll also like, you know, get everyone ready for the plant and then be the planter. Like, it's very hard to find frags when you're doing that kind of job, isn't it?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, that's the role I play, right? Like, I drone for my entry frag as I'm the one who does all the planting and things like that as well, but you still do end up...
That's why you dropped 1 kill against me in ranked, was it?
When was this? I don't actually remember coming up against you in ranked.
Yeah, you were playing with, like, Devon, Sky, and everyone.
Oh, okay, I'll take your word for it, but,
it sounds like an ant fleet, yes.
Yeah.
So here we go, Specker. Let's focus up. Specker's in that exact same spot. Oh,
they're not for this time, are they?
No, it seems like Athletico do mean business as they are pushing that downstairs now. Emo Rin. Oh, Todd with the coconut. I have no idea where that was from.
Manages to get a fantastic nade kill there. Jack Daddy gets taken out. Virtue manages to get 1 as he is getting out of here. Manages to get out alive as well without a flick of damage. A great showing right there by Fletch.
Now they have completely cleared out that downstairs area, so it's just going to be a cut and dry attack, it feels like.
Speck is still downstairs. Specker is still downstairs in that security room.
Oh, yeah. But not in the area where the C4 is going to come on through. He doesn't have a C4 either.
No, but he can have a fair bit of impact as well if he does time things right here. And he can actually pick up Todd as well, which could be game-changing.
Yeah, it seems like Todd just took quite a bit of damage. I think that was through the floor, however. As now DarkSided are holding this top floor, and it seems like no one can push him out, but Emo Rin will find Fletch. That's goodbye to the pulse now. So he's repelling on the back.
Athletico being a lot more proactive, you can see this attack. So it seems like they've found their confidence and they found their group, maybe just warming up a little bit these first couple of rounds.
Yeah, well, they do have the man advantage, 4-3. Todd is, however, very low, and it looks like Specker wants to start making his move. He might get a nice little run out here.
Oh, is Todd seen him? Todd's seen him now, and he's going to go for it. Specker actually manages to find Ethan, but fragged on the way back in. I really feel like Todd should have said something just then. Ethan should not have been caught off guard.
Oh, it's very swift, although it is sometimes rather hard to give the calls. But 3-on-2 now, Cutie and Virtue remaining. They do have a mirror window to their advantage. And a C4 on the table still, and 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to go fast here.
Oh, they're going to need to move very fast because Virtue is not going to let them get this plant if they're not ready for it. Cutie's also managed to crawl his way through. Can't go any further forward though because the hatch is open, but he's going to jump over the wall. He finds Silix. That's the plant being stopped. Emo Rin's going to trade him back though. So now it's all up to Virtue. 5 seconds left as the plant is coming down, and Emo Rin finds the head of Virtue for the round win.
Yeah, there we go. Emo Rin, that's pretty advanced position. I've been worried about the mirror window there, but not to be. As Athletico take the half 3-2, the casual W, but I don't know who you're favouring now.
I'm still favouring Athletico. I said a 6-4 to Athletico. I'm going to stick to my guns there. I think we're on track for a 6-4.
6-4, yes. I'm still going to stick to 6-3.
Yeah, you think Athletico are going to ride this wave out?
Yep, and look where they're starting off as well.
Yeah, Blue Bar, Sunrise Bar. Something very, very interesting. It is a site that is becoming a bit more popular. The Frost is very interesting. Do you expect a 6th pick off this?
No, I think he's going to keep it. Well, maybe not. You know, normally it's 6th pick into the Frost. Oh, there we go. No, he's tricking me. Into the pulse, and there's Glaz for Specker.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised about the Glaz at all. I think it's actually going to be extremely strong. on the bar push. So this is a very, very good hide by DarkSided. The pulse is interesting to me. I don't see what you have to gain by hiding the pulse out.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, sometimes it's just that, you don't have to hide anything else. You may as well just hide one thing, or like make them think that there's going to be a frost, so every window they jump in, they're checking their feet, but that could also be the usage of the 6th pick there.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
It'll be interesting to see if I'd really like to hear comms around like 6th pick reveal phase to see if the teams are talking about, all right, are they going to keep this? What do we think they're going to change up here? But it'd be, especially when you see something like the frost there. If they actually if the the attacking team thinks that they're going to keep it out there.
Do you think maybe that teams are thinking, like, I don't know, every 10-man I've played, with the 6 picks and everything coming on through, I haven't really paid attention to what the other teams got. Like, I don't know, I take it like every other Siege game, I feel.
So, fair enough. Well, I mean, you do get used to not seeing the lineup first, so...
Yeah.
So most of these players, in fact, I believe all of these players, are so used to not knowing what they're versing that I don't think it really makes a difference. The 6th pick probably wouldn't make a difference to them at this point, because they're so used to the unknown.
Yeah, I can imagine if from the inception of Siege, if people played with, reveals from the start and then stopped revealing it, that's when it would, and having a 6 picks as well, maybe, that's when it would be really effective.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Over time, it'll become a bit more effective.
Oh, it's going to be nice. Here we go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, no, it doesn't land. Moved. No, he didn't move. It just didn't land.
Where did
Fletcher's shook.
Where did that go? What? I don't... What? Did that must have landed on the other side of the C4. On the other side of the railing, sorry. It's the only explanation I have.
Yeah, it was... sometimes C4s can be a bit dodgy with where they land, but yeah, that one looked like he must have missed the toss.
And Fletch must be counting his lucky stars right now.
Yeah, we could see he got off his drone and he was like, how am I still alive? He was unsure himself.
Yeah, he must be praying to the Siege gods right now for that one. And DarkSide is slowly trying to make their way in. They've used a minute 30 now, and they're starting to run out of time here.
Yeah, it has been a very slow push. I'm not sure if they're used to attacking this bomb site. It's not something you see come out too often. Normally, the kitchen is the third favoured, sometimes first, depending on which team it is. So I'm going to suss out the bomb site. Marini's just going to make a little sweat hole to watch this door.
A sweat hole?
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I'm very interested to see how Emo-Rin, particularly from this spot, is going to actually manage to play out here. Whether or not DarkSide is going to be able to find him, because DarkSide have taken little to no meaningful ground so far.
Yeah, especially with 40 seconds on the clock, but they are above now, and that can just completely shut down a lot of these angles that are going to be attempted to be held. Especially with so little C4 on the board now, or none to be exact. It's going to be very hard to deny the top floor push, and here comes the push into the bomb site. Looks like Solix is going to toss out a smoke bait, but Cutie's gotten in there, and he's going to start planting that bad boy.
Oh,
the Echo drone is going to deny it, and here comes the Babes. He can't get out in time. There's Solix's first kill as he goes down. There's another one for him, putting us in the 4-on-3. Specker is going to pick up the diffuser instead. However, the grenades, Echo's going to deny it, but then Todd's going to run with 2 frags, and Ethan onto Jack Daddy to finish things off. That hold was great there from Athletico.
That hold was amazing by Athletico. I was really scared when Specker pushed his way past the smoke grenade to plant. But I really thought that they were going to let that plant go down, thinking that the plant was safe right there.
Alright, 4-2 now. Athletico going to go kitchen as their second bomb site now.
Yeah, so kitchen going to be a little... This is very unorthodox by Athletico, isn't it? Both downstairs bomb sites.
Yeah, as I said, like kitchen is one that some teams choose like to choose. So Athletico, they I think they were hoping on getting a few rounds on attack, and I think they want to lock it down on defense here.
Yeah, absolutely. It does seem like they're going to be going this, trying to ride this wave through. But this kitchen, I feel like the kitchen is the easiest site to attack.
Yeah, I don't know. It's easy to get into, but like, you know, once you start trying to plant, that's when you're a bit exposed.
That is true, as there is a lot of angles that you can get attacked by, even from inside. And you do need to take control of above here, which, you know, Cutie on that Jackal, going to be very, very good at destroying the floor, but that's really all that they have available to them, unless they're bringing breaching charges.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting pick as well, the Jackal. Of course, he does have that self-finish shot going to start opening up the floors. We see some synchronized reinforcing happening here.
Yeah, the judge is definitely going to give that a solid 9.5 out of 10. You know, if they both manage to raise their feet at the same time, it would probably been a 10 out of 10.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers.
Oh, here we go into this first round.
Just seeing the look on your face. Alright, so as DarkSided here going to try and take control of Billards and Hookah coming up, and that's going to be their beachhead running forward into this map.
Yeah, and we got Specker watching the rotate from the front door into the lobby, of course. Sorry, the Lamborghini doorway, I should say. So that was some quick ground taking here by Jack Daddy. He was already in above. Is there any resistance from Athletico up here? Or are they just letting them have it?
No, I don't think there is at all. They're all downstairs right now, which means that as soon as they start getting the ITA on that floor, their lives are going to be a bit more painful.
I think they might just be hoping for a late rotate up above. Oh, here we go. You spoke about it. It's going to start pumping through the floor.
Yeah, Silex on this smoke, he is going to be... They know exactly where he's going to be sitting. There's nothing new for a smoke to be sitting around here.
Yeah.
And Cutie is just going to try and pin him down, try and find him. And you can see even Emo Rin is sort of having him around a lot here.
Yeah, this hold from Athletico is fairly static. I'm not sure if I like this, but let's see how it works out. Do they have something hidden in their back pocket?
Yeah, Ethan in a very good spot to try and get a flank. As Cutie's going to find Silex. That's smoke being taken off the table above. That's a very important kill there by Cutie.
Yeah, see, there we go. I said I'm not sure if I like how this is going. And that hasn't started off great. Smoke, probably one of the most important anchors off the board to start off with.
100%. And I'm not... I do agree with you. I think this is way too static by Athletico. Derpe just missing the shots on the Cutie. He's going to get tagged up by Fletch as he's trying to rotate around. And, you know, they're starting to drop like flies here. And so far, they haven't done a lick of damage to the DarkSided squad.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they have burned a bit of time. 50 seconds on the clock. Gonna have to see a push come on in, and you know, other remaining members gonna be able to deny it. Looks like Emo Rin's gone for a bit of a flank, and he is gonna be spotting Virtue there. But at the same time, Fletch has taken down Todd. This has gone pretty south here for Athletico, leaving it as the 2-on-4.
Yeah, 2-on-4, and one of them isn't even on site right now as Emo's finally coming in through the back door. Ethan's got a fair bit of work ahead of him as he's listening to that flank go down. The C4 comes out. He's missed it, unfortunately. He's going to get tagged in the crossfire. Fletch protecting his team beautifully there. Jack Daddy picking up the final kill as he stops the plant.
Well, yeah, as I said, completely static, no denial upstairs. DarkSided just walk on in. Oh, that was nice. And, you know, finish the job. Like, take a few from above, push on the site, and that's easy as.
Absolutely. So, 4-3 now. We're starting to slowly creep up here to our match point, and Athletico, they're going back into kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting it to be a bit more aggressive this time.
Well, you'd hope that they've learned from it, because the setup and the hold itself wasn't bad, but there needs to be so much more dynamic, so much more loose, and they need to rotate around a bit more, I feel.
Yeah, that's true. Ethan, he's going to be on the mute once again. If that C4 had gone through, it wouldn't have been effective anyway, because like as the C4 landed, you saw the Thatcher nade go off, and that destroyed that C4, so... That was pretty unlucky as we look at the kills. Ema and Todd stepping up once again. Derpe and Ethan. Not to their usual level. We saw Derpe get 1 kill, which was on the... Who was he playing? The phone ringy one. Dokkaebi. But he hasn't gotten a frag since. That's, you know, that was in like the 2nd round.
Yeah, Ethan definitely not playing up to his normal degree. Ethan dropping double kills quite regularly, and you know, Athletico are in a bit of a sore spot right now because if they let this slip away from them, it puts them in draw territory if they don't take this round. Like that's a serious concern for them at this point.
It's not that it puts them in draw territory, but that it'll be closer to a draw. Draw territory is 5-5, my analogy.
Yeah, but it'll be something on their minds. Like if you're sitting at 4, like I think that it's being, you know, if you're sitting at 4-4, you have to start considering the fact that you're going to draw against this squad.
No, it wouldn't be playing in their minds at all. You're the one that reckoned it was going to be a 6-4.
I do
it's going
think
to be a 6-4. I reckon it's going to be 6-3. Just watch.
All right, let's hear the phrase "fleas wrong" again.
Yeah, well, we're probably both going to be wrong. It is going to be a draw.
Alternatively, DarkSided could win. Something we haven't really talked about so far.
Yeah, it could happen, of course. 6-4 win for DarkSided. But that being said, Atletico's first defense looked great. That second one did not look so much. But look, they've gone for a more aggressive hold up top with Emo Rin on that castle, casting himself into the penthouse theatre area. He's going to just wallbang into VIP if they so is attempt to go near it.
Right, so Athletico, they've actually got upstairs presence this time. Gonna try and protect their, you know, the upstairs just a little bit. Make sure they don't get shot through the hole.
Ooh, and there's Emery. He's going to find Specker to start things off with, and he's gotten back to the bomb site as well. He just dropped through that hatch. Top of the floor above, I think that was Ethan getting melted, but he's going to stay alive for a bit longer.
Yeah, manages to get his way out. Silex at half health. We can't really, like, Athletico can't really afford to lose that smoke so much.
Yeah, interesting to know that Atletico didn't go for a mirror.
Yeah, actually, that's something they missed last round as well. They didn't have the mirror. A mirror is basically mandatory on this kitchen defense side.
Ooh, we're going to see that Echo drone taken on out. Jack Daddy is super lit right now. I wonder where that happened to. It looks like they're getting ready for the push. We're going to see the scans coming on out. But he's not ready. Fletch is going to fall to Derpe thanks to some unfortunate droning or baiting here by Silex. Gonna see Derpe peek on out and find Jack Daddy. That's another one. 5 on 2 now. As there is 15 seconds to go. Virtue is gonna find Emo Rin, but he's gonna be immediately traded out by Ethan and Derpe to get a 3K that round. He must have hurt me being critical of him. That's put Atletico to 5. The worst they can do now is a draw.
Yeah, that was really, really well done. Derpe just picking up that kill on the Fletch was just so unfortunate. Just charging straight over him. The worst thing is he probably, if he'd looked down, because he was ADS, his sight hit the feet. So, like, it was just really, really unfortunate there.
Yeah, well, here we go then. Potentially final round. I'm calling final round.
Yeah, I'm going to call final round as well, I think, here. I would like, of course, my prediction needs to be true, though. I would really love it if they, if I was right. Just for something different.
Well, 6th pick. Do we say we're going to keep that cap can? Probably not. Just those trap operators to keep them thinking about them. That being said, cap can wouldn't be a bad pick, especially with the lack of IQ.
Absolutely. With the lack of IQ, Capcan could be exceptionally strong, especially if you place it near entry doors, not so much like closer to the site, but like just do a run around the map. I think it could absolutely be very, very useful at stopping, at just taking a bit of damage, just being more of a hindrance than anything else.
Yeah. Keep them guessing. Like, you know, the amount of time you've taken some damage from a cap can just... now, 5-3 scoreline. Back in the bars bomb site, which we saw a beautiful hold from Athletico, complete denial. There was no real pressure from DarkSided at all towards the bomb site. Well, there was some pressure, but it was just completely shut down, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Athletico put an end to that last round. Let's see whether or not they can replicate it this round, as Ethan's going to be very confused about that, finding no one on his pulse scanner.
Yeah, he's unsure as to where they're going. It looks like they're all just rappelling up to the roof. Ethan not going to be able to do the exact same run out on Fletch, I'd say. He's a bit too careful for that to happen.
Yep, and the best thing about Fletch is, you know, he learns round to round. Like, we see it every single time. Whenever he dies to something, like if it's something like a run out or a cheese or anything like that, he is watching for that for the rest of his life now.
Well, minute off the clock now. Everyone's still at full HP. This top floor control is coming in ever so slowly here. These holes are going to offer a lot of information, and Cutie, in fact, is going to find Ethan. That's the pulse completely off the board.
Yep, finding him all the way over in kitchen, managing to kill that rotator, that lurker off into the side. Whether or not Athletico playing very, very heavy in this red entrance room, and oh no, Specker losing a bit of gunfight there. He does finally manage to pick up Todd as Fletch finds Emo Rin, and Cutie finds Derpe for a quick 3k for DarkSided, which is only going to leave Silex, and he's being shot from every different direction right now. And DarkSided know exactly where he is. They know they have control of the blue bar, and they're going to start making their way into the plant.
It's going to have to be an absolute massive play here from Silex if we want my prediction to be true, but I'm not feeling it. There we go, Virtue's going to shut it down. 5-4. Are we going to see a draw? Are we going to see an Athletico win? One more round to decide it all.
Yeah, that is it. And I think if they do pick up a win here, the team that does, which obviously has to be Athletico at this point, it's going to be such a boon going into that second map.
Yeah, it definitely is. I feel like it's going to be anyone's game, I feel. But Penthouse Theatre now for Athletico. This is the first time they haven't picked a bomb site downstairs, and this could really confuse VSDS.
Yeah, this is the first time they're going upstairs, and they're going back to the penthouse. I would have thought, if anything, they would have gone to Hookah over penthouse. But, if you're going to bring out a different bomb site, it may as well be on the last map, right? On your last round.
Right then. Sixth pick, anything going to be changed out?
I don't believe so. This is a fairly strong lineup. If anything, I expect the Bandit to be taken off, and we see nothing.
To locate and defuse bombs.
So, Athletico, the hold that they have here has to be good. I'm going to be very, very... I must admit, I am going to be surprised if we see a DarkSided draw here. I'm still suspecting Athletico to win this round.
Yeah, we have been fairly negative towards DarkSided, haven't we? I think you just want your prediction to come through.
As much as I'd love my prediction to come through, I think DarkSided has played this very, very well. I would have thought Athletico would have had an easier time than this.
Yeah.
But DarkSided have definitely put up a fight. Even the rounds that Athletico have won have been very... They've had to fight for every little bit of it.
Yeah.
So, DarkSided have played exceptionally well this map.
I just want to point out, though, like, the last couple of weeks, like, the performance we've seen from them, like, okay, they had a one good map against Fnatic. But, like, even then in the Paris Major qualifiers, they really didn't perform. But it looks like, we spoke about them changing their style. It looks like it's slowly coming into, fruition in what they wanted to do. A solid strat-heavy style that's working for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure who their coach is, but they're obviously doing, a fair bit of work to just start fixing this lineup, starting to fix some of their mistakes and some of their flaws here in their decision making. So, DarkSided, in the 3 weeks that we've watched them, Virtue finds Todd sitting all alone in VIP.
How did he get him?
Wait, how did he get him? What?
Was he clipping through the wall or something?
He must have been clipping through the wall. That's the only answer I have.
Is there a drone hole there? I can't see one.
No, there's not. Because the drone hole's further to the right where he's standing now.
You can see the blood splatter.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
That is. But either way, it's a 5-on-4 to DarkSided into this round. Virtue's taken a little bit of damage there.
Bomb located by attackers.
Must have. I think he stepped in a lesion mine. That's where that has come from.
A bomb has been located.
Yeah, certainly. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before, DarkSided, they've had so much improvement in the last 3 weeks that we've been watching them between the qualifiers and the pro leagues. That I'm really impressed with how they're coming, and I think they're going to be really, really strong by the end of this season.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they perform. As we are going to be getting ready for the push with a minute on the clock. Still a bit of denial up. There's 2 C4s potentially if Emo Rin's got one. No smoke babes though.
Nah,
he doesn't have one, so yeah.
Yeah, he's got the barbed wire, unfortunately. And yeah, you were right. They do have the smoke grenades. They also have impact nades. No, they don't. Sorry, as Ethan's going to be taken off the board there, and maybe a couple of goon mines kept aside. But it's looking very, very dire for Athletico right now, isn't it?
Yeah, the push is coming in. 30 seconds. Looks like Derpay's going to get his Echo drone in from behind. Going to try and deny this plant to hear the C4 come on off, but nothing denied. Plant's being stuck. Emo Rin's found Virtue, and Silex is going to find Spec at 3-on-3.
Yeah, 3-on-3 right now. Fletch has the diffuser. He drops it as he gets dropped by Silex. Cutie's going to take out Emo Rin, which leaves us on a 2-on-2. And Athletico have brought this back so well right now. 5 seconds on the clock.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
Derpay, he's going to have this. That is game. Derpay with an Echo drone going to be finding map number 1 for Athletico.
Oof. I was thinking if DarkSided take this round, it's going to get a bit spicy with that first kill. But, yeah, there we go. Athletico do manage to take it 6-4. Your prediction coming true?
Look at that. I was right, Monkey. I'm telling you what's what now.
All right. For once. All right. You don't need a, flex on me. All right.
It's alright. I'll just remind you at LAN this weekend. But yeah, 11 kills for Emo Rin. He stepped up so well. A lot of good work by the Athletico squad there. Working really well as a team and just evolving over the map to come up just a little bit better than what they did every previous round.
Yeah, well, and in the end, Athletico take the W. We saw Emo Rin stepping up. We saw Todd step up. Ethan, not so much, but he did, finally end up putting some frags on the board. We saw Silex have a few good rounds as well. We were so critical of him early on. And, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I must admit, the Athletics squad looking better and better as time goes on. It seems to be their thing at the moment. They're very happy dropping a couple of rounds early and learning from their mistakes and evolving as the game goes on. I think that's what's really carrying them so far is their ability to learn over time. It's helping them in these matchups, in these longer matchups, because obviously now it's 1st to 6 rather than 1st to 5. And it's also helping them in these round robin formats as they're learning over the course of the season.
Yeah, definitely. So I believe we might be having a break. If we can, get some confirmation on that. So just a quick toilet break for the players and a drink, and we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys, so don't go anywhere.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are up to match number 2 between Athletico and DarkSided. I am AMF Lee, and I'm, of course, joined by the one, the only, the best mustache in the ANZ region, Monkey Fist.
Hey, yeah, all right, we're heading to Villa. Should be good.
Yeah, well, this is, of course, the first time we're seeing Villa all this game.
In the ANZ region, of course, or I think in all of APAC. I'm not sure if it's happened at all in any of the other APAC regions. But I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to play out at all.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens we were talking about it before, and we were expecting to see a fair bit of the games in Aviator Room and the other upstairs bomb site as well.
Yeah.
Not expecting to see a lot of the downstairs.
Well, if a team wins 2 defenses upstairs, they're going to be forced onto it. And then as for the downstairs bomb sites, I'm not exactly sure where they're going to pick. So maybe library, or you can go for the kitchen.
Yeah, and of course, no basement bomb sites, of course. So basement going to be a fairly safe spot for the attackers to enter, not having to worry about too much down there unless there is a roamer down there.
Yeah, I've never really, like, in the matches I've played, no one's really touched downstairs, especially on bomb setting. I played it once on secure, and there was one secure area downstairs, but yeah,
Jackal being taken off the board.
Yeah, most teams just avoid that downstairs from what I understand, like from what I've played. Jackal off the board, so maybe they, wanting to make sure that any roamers they do have downstairs can stay hidden. But I feel like it's just too easy to cut off.
Yeah, absolutely. A blitz ban coming out of DarkSided. We were saying that out of the 2 teams that have utilized blitz, the best so far, one of them has been Athletico, which we of course didn't see any blitz coming out in Coastline, which blitz is a very good operator on. So seeing him being taken off the board here so far is interesting to me.
Yeah, and then we're going to see the mirror ban almost immediately. Also interesting.
Yep. Mirror is actually fairly strong on this map. The couple of times that I have played this map in ranked, I've found some good uses for Mirror so far. So
I think that's just a blanket Mirror thing, though. She's so good at helping
true.
you hold down bomb sites. But yeah, it's really going to change up the way teams are going to have to play this, of course. As DarkSided on attack and Athletico starting on defense. I would be very surprised if we did see some first floor bomb sites come out. And here we go, Aviator and Games Room first on up.
Yeah, but I don't think this is really a surprise to anyone. As, a very, very popular bomb site. It very quickly became the pick bomb site to go to. Many people taking it as a primary, many people liking it over all the others. So I expect as this map gets explored a bit more, maybe that might change. But it's very interesting to see it being... I don't think anyone's surprised to see it being taken straight off the bat.
The great thing about this bomb site, right, is the hunting vault part. You can hide in there and, just reinforce the one destructible wall in there. And you've got a sightline into both those bomb sites. But then, of course, you can open up a massive sightline between the 2 bomb sites as well. So I think that's a really strong anchor position, and that really needs to get shut down. It's best if defenders play someone in the classical hall in the little corner near that wall that can be opened up. It's just got one very small weakness, which is the window on there. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw someone there with some ADS systems playing aggressive, making sure that they're denying that whole classical hall.
Yeah, absolutely. I really, really want to see I actually expect we're going to see Echo sitting in that hunting vault that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Being on that Echo, very safe spot for him to sit. He's got good reactions, onto both bomb sites if he needs to rotate yokai around and things like that. So, I really do think that, I really do expect to see someone sitting in there. You are right. And it'll be interesting to see with our first look on the Villa, exactly what these 2 teams have prepared.
Yeah, so as for scoreline, what are we expecting with this one?
Look, being a map that I'm not familiar with how these 2 teams are on it, I'm not going to be able to call it as much, but I still think Athletico is going to win. I'm going to go... No, 6-4 again. Let's do it.
Alright, I'm going to say it's a draw. I've been very impressed with how DarkSided have improved ever since those Paris qualifiers. However, Athletico still with that pedigree, going to take it right to them. And then an unexplored map, it's going to go back and forth unless one team has something nice and secret hidden. There's something. Derpay goes for a spawn peek. Oh, and Jack Daddy's lucky to be alive. That's quite a bit of a miss there.
Yep, Jack Daddy is very, very much lucky to be alive there. And you can see he was not ready for that. Of course, these little spawn peaks and things that we see out of these teams, this is what you expect to see on a brand new map. These little cheese things can only last for so long, and this is why I love watching new maps.
Yeah, only going to last for so long before teams figure it out and know how to counter it. Then, That's when we see a whole meta around a map where these things come in and out of favor. When people start expecting them, then they forget about them. We're able to strike them once again. So here we go, Specker down below on that IQ. Just taking out some gadgets through the floor. He does have to worry about this hatch.
And it's actually it's interesting because IQ was obviously banned last map. Sorry, so this is the first time that we're going to see IQ in the first opportunity they have, and Specker is already on it.
Yeah, so that could have been a target ban trying to, you know, impact how Specker went last map. But yeah,
he has played fairly well. He's been improving week on week, so I think getting him into a more frag heavy operator is definitely a good decision. And Athletico, Todd is the only one basically off site. The rest of them all currently sitting around site, and these mute jammers are going to start playing havoc.
You know, they're just going for a very one-dimensional push. You're going to see the Echo drone just pop off a shot. Looks like those mutes are completely denying this Habana as well.
Yeah, they tried to get him from below, but Ethan, the mind game that he loves to play, he's picked them up as they went to get shot, and he's placing them back down. So finally, they're going to get a little bit of a rotation hole. It's not the one they want, but, you know, it's going to have to be the one they're going to have to settle for.
Yeah, they have to make some kind of avenue into the bomb site. Of course, they can't just funnel in through the doors or they'll just be melted. As there's 30 seconds on the clock, they're surely feeling the pressure.
Absolutely they are, as I want to see Todd come around with a nice flank because he has been the one rotating off around. Specker throws a bit of a coconut, doesn't manage to land it, but does land the shot onto Emorin instead, as Derpe has taken out Fletch in reply, leaving us in a 4v4. The plant coming down by Cutie. Specker picks himself up a second as Silex drops, and this Yokai drone going to come out, but Virtue finds himself the second as well as Todd drops. This is coming out. Virtue gets himself a quick 2k, so now it is all up to Ethan here. He's being shot from every different direction. Finally, Jack Daddy in the side's going to pick him up there. And Athletico just didn't seem to know how to deal with that push.
Yeah, that was a very nice aggressive push facilitated by the Lions, of course. Yeah, Athletico, they seemed like they were half ready for it, but as soon as they lost their emo ring out in the hall to deny that whole hallway push, they had no answer. So maybe putting a mute up there so the emo ring can peek around when the Lions coming on out would be a great adaptation I'd be expecting to see from Athletico. And yeah, just, you know, hold down the doors when the pushes come in. Just shoot at them.
Exactly, right? Like, I feel like if maybe if they had the Bandit, they could have actually have destroyed the X-Kairos pallets rather than, you know, the mute jammer just being a bit of an inconsistency. So rather than just being an annoyance, sorry, is what I was trying to get at. So
yes,
I really do think that I really do think that they a bit of a lineup change could have produced better results there. And here's that Bandit coming out now.
Yeah, and this time Ethan's gone for the castle, not sticking with the mute.
No, that I feel like the mute was a decent decision, but with them with DarkSided obviously favoring IQ and obviously a lot of the floors being destructible, I don't think the mute's going to be as effective.
Yeah, that round would have been completely changed though if we'd seen Derpe find that first pick onto Jack Daddy.
Oh, definitely, I do agree with that.
Because that Lion was like 80% of that rush or push just then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Just forcing Athletico into, you know, a poor decision or a poor decision. You don't really have much of a choice sometimes.
Yeah. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's a cliche, but it's an apt one.
10 seconds remaining.
It kind of is, isn't it? It's just... It's been unfortunate. Hopefully Athletico can make the changes that they need here. And DarkSide are kind of hoping that they don't. Being able to pick up more... I think if DarkSide pick up the first three rounds, we'll be seeing a DarkSide match.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon you might be right. DarkSide look a bit more prepared on this one so far, at least after that first round. Athletico had a setup, but as soon as the push came, they just fell apart.
Definitely. Athletico not having the best time. Maybe they're not as comfortable on this map as they seem to think they are. Maybe they were hoping that DarkSided wasn't comfortable on it. Like, 'cause if you let it get this far through the ban phase, something is, yeah, you obviously feel comfortable, or you think you're more comfortable than the other team. So maybe Atletico was comfortable playing Villa because maybe they have spent a bit of time on it, but it seems like DarkSided just have a bit more of the answers so far for them.
Looks like that UFO was seen there, skimming along the floor by the drone, but then the drone was promptly taken out.
And I'd like to point out there was no spawn peaks coming out this time out of Derpe.
Yeah, I think this map has lots of potential for it as well, especially as it's still a newer map. That's that Valkyrie camera in the end of the hallway found out.
Yeah, this IQ doing a lot of work. We're seeing why Atletico banned it in the first map, and I honestly think maybe they should have banned it this map as well.
Yeah, it is doing a lot of work, a lot of utility denial, of course.
Yep, and it's interesting to me, Atletico banned Jackal, but they're not really showing a roam heavy game so far, which is a little odd to me. Like you'd think that if you ban Jackal, you want to play a roam heavy game. You want to have lurkers, you want to have people off to the side. Realistically, it's only Todd at the moment who's sort of offside.
Well, we see a successful bandit trick onto some of those Habanas. Still a small hole though, as it was in between two reinforced walls. Still a nice play there by Emo Rin, and it wasn't denied from below at all.
No, not at all. So now they don't have any way they can get into the bomb site through that hole. They're going to have to use another set of X-Kairos pallets to make a bit more of a wonky hole and hopefully be able to squeeze in through that. But Derpe, he managed to get one kill on Coastline from this exact position under a breach hole. Are they going to fall for it again?
Oh, it doesn't look like they're ready. He peeks out. He's gotten one, but Specker with the immediate trade. Here comes the lion push, however, as the E1D's going off. The smokes are holding them at bay. I think the plant is about to be going down. Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Emo Rin. As we're going to see the C4 from Todd put us in a 2-on-4. Jack Daddy has found one. Defuse is going to be picked back up by Fletch, however. And he's going to start planting again. Emo Rin just has to run around and deny this, but Fletch is going to win that duel. But Todd's going to peek right around immediately, putting this into Jack Daddy's hands, and Silex is going to find him. That's defenders picking up round number 2.
Yep, a much better attack there. Defense there by Athletico. Not letting that first rank get to them, managing to turn it back around. And I really like the fact that Todd on that roam had a bit more of an impact there than what he did last game.
Yeah, Todd. I really thought Emo Rin was going to find the kill onto Fletch, but Todd was there to save the day once Emo Rin lost that duel.
Yeah, 100%. And DarkSided, I think that bandit really threw DarkSided. Like when they managed to bandit trick the X-Kairos, that really threw DarkSided. They didn't quite know what they wanted to do. At that point, they could not make a hole that they could jump through. So they had to go around, they had to start funneling in through those doors. So it was really well played there by Bandit, which I believe was Emo Rin off the top of my head. So I think it was, great work. And I think that bringing that bandit really stopped them. So gonna stay on this second floor. Trophy and statutory room.
Yeah, I just call it statue room. I'm not sure if that's what it is though. What's a statutory?
Legal term, I believe.
yeah. What does that mean? Legal room? I don't know.
Statutory room? I don't know. And let's get chat input on that. We're gonna be roasted for sure. But it's statue. Let's call it statue. How about that? We'll go with you, Monkey.
Statuary, statue.
10 seconds.
Yeah, because it's got a few statues in it, doesn't it? Yeah. So surely it's the statue room.
5 seconds.
Well, if Emo Rin can go back in and give us like a nice use of
Attackers have recovered their
on the compass, that would be very nice.
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
No, he's hanging around in astronomy. I just call this one blue as well, because it's blue. By the way.
Well, it's easier than astronomy, especially when you're in game. If you need to type these types of things as well, it can also be a little bit easier. So anything that can save you time, you should be doing in game. So if you can come up with easier names than what they're actually called, you should 100% be using it.
Oh yeah, silver tips with fanfleet.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
I'm not silver, right? Like
yes, I know you're not silver.
Okay.
Right, so it looks like we're going to see a push from the south-hand side once again. Todd's the only one that's hanging around here. the bomb site is a lot further to go.
Yeah, they've got a lot more ground to cover. Hopefully, I want to start seeing Athletico roam a bit more, and it seems like we're finally getting it now, as they do have a couple of people in the games room. One in the Avatar as well. In the Aviator, sorry. I don't know why I just said
Todd's going to be droned on out, and surely the pain is going to be coming his way any second now. The wallbang attempts. We're going to see the Zofia come on out. Going to push on in. Virtue is. He's not looking in the right spot as Todd's prone behind the table.
He saw his feet!
Oh my gosh, C4's come on out, but no, Virtue is going to find the frag as Fletch is going to trade one back almost immediately. Wait, sorry, find another one immediately, I should say.
Yeah, that cat and mouse there onto Todd was so unfortunate. I think Todd was just cut out a fair bit. Like, just, he was consistently concussed. They knew someone was there, but they didn't quite know where he was. The fact that he managed to hide for so long, though, very impressive.
Yes, indeed. So, man advantage in the hands of VSDS by 2. However, there's 50 seconds on the clock. You really feel like that's going to be favouring those defenders now. We're going to see Fletch go on down. That's Ethan finding that frag.
Yeah, very, very good job there by Ethan. Trying to even out this man count. He's got another one there that he has to deal with. No, he is just going to piece out. Silex getting into a bit of a fight out here. Comes Derpe as he's going to get taken down by Virtue. Virtue pushes him very, very well. The C4 comes out. Doesn't land on anything, unfortunately, from Ethan. Silex going to start throwing his gas grenades, and we're a 4-on-2 as the plant is thinking about starting to come down. It is Cutie with the diffuser. He does manage to finally get it, and now Athletico are on the attack.
Yeah, here we go. Ethan is right on top of the diffuser, however, but if he tries to stick that, surely he's just going to get pushed immediately. Unless they don't even realize he's there.
Yep, here comes Cutie. Manages to take him out. Cutie gets himself a double kill there as he drops Silex. And DarkSided, very confident attack.
Yeah, well, there we go then. Athletico not able to hold over the statue room or the trophy room.
Yep, so they're going to go back to trophy statue. I don't think we're really surprised about this. I think at the beginning we're going to at the beginning we're going to definitely see a we're definitely going to see very limited bomb sites. I don't think we're going to see a good mix, a good sort of rotation.
Sorry, what do you mean? We're not going to see a good mix of rotation?
Yeah, of the bomb sites. I think we're going to be sticking to just probably 2 if it gets forced into it, a third. I don't think we're going to be seeing all 4, and I don't think we're going to be seeing a particularly strong mix of bomb sites either. I think it's going to be very, very favored.
Yeah, well, here we go, 6th pick. Anything going to be coming on out? Nope, it's going to stay the same.
Yeah, as we get into the round, and what does Athletico need to do on this defense, do you think, to win that? Because that was very impressive by DarkSided, that push.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's just with Todd on that solo roam, it wasn't really effective, and then they lost the second one almost immediately. We didn't quite see where that was from. But, you know, playing from a 5-on-3, not much you can do from there, and, you know, Athletico just need to make sure they don't get picked so early.
10 seconds to insertion.
Definitely. You can see a very strong kill difference there between the squads. Everyone on DarkSided on multiple kills, where, you know, Todd and Derpe are the only one above 1 kill on their squad. So, a lot more frags coming in here for DarkSided, and Silex gonna try and go for a quick run out. He's gonna get detected and head back in. DarkSided, since that first round that Jack Daddy narrowly escaped with his life, they're definitely not falling for it again.
Yeah, it would be very risky to go for that one.
They're definitely being a bit more prepared for it these days.
Jack Daddy's just going to rappel on up. Looks like they're not pushing as much from the north at this point, DarkSided. I think they still might have the majority of their squad come from that angle. It looks like Jack JD's just going to make sure there's no jump outs from the bathroom areas.
Yeah, Todd's actually made his way into the basement here. This is we haven't seen much action around the basement at all. So roaming is obviously very, very good in this map with 3 levels. There's only 2 staircases, I believe, on this map. So getting actually I think there's only 2 staircases on this map off the top of my head. So it can be fairly easy to block the rotations up and down levels, but you can. Oh wow, Virtue barely managing to not get the frag there. Emo getting away with his life. He's now essentially stuck there. So Todd can have a very good lineup here, but Derpe going to get the first kill on the Fletch.
Todd's going to find Specker. That's that roam coming to fruition. 3-on-5 to Athletico in this round. It seems like teams are taking a massive advantage from the get-go, and they've been converting. And is that trend going to continue?
Yeah, it seems like Athletico can keep pulling this one back. They're just going to swap round for round at the moment, it seems. And with a minute left, we're pushing in hard.
Yeah, well, that's going to be Ethan onto Jack Daddy. 2-on-5 now. Cutie and Virtue going to have to step up massive if they want DarkSided to take this round. Virtue's good for 1, but Derpe's going to trade out the final 2. And that is the score getting evened up 2-2.
Yeah, absolutely. Athletico not showing any real faults right now. They're falling behind on the odd rounds, but the even rounds they're bringing it back up. So we're in for a much closer game so far, I think, than what we were last time. As these teams just trading back and forth, and we're gonna head back into the aviator room. I don't think that's a real surprise at all.
Yeah, they're going to try and stick to upstairs there.
Yeah, I think we were definitely right when we were talking about this pre-game, about upstairs definitely being the more favored of the bomb sites right now.
Yeah, for sure. As we head into the 6th pick.
We're going to 6th pick the Valkyrie again. They're hiding that Valkyrie every single time. Why do you think that is? They know that they're bringing in IQ. They've brought an IQ every single time so far.
Yeah, it's just been a great counter for it, hasn't it?
So why would they consistently hide that Valkyrie knowing that IQ has been picked every single time? It's been shown to them every single time as well. What do you think the reasoning behind that is?
I'm not exactly sure.
Like, I think there are so many better operators to hide than Valkyrie.
Yeah, like, what do you think in the Echo, maybe? The Bandit, even? If they're not expecting a Bandit trick, like...
Yeah, like, you could easily hide the Bandit. Particularly, yeah, if there's a wall you want to trick, like, we saw some really good tricking from both Mute and Bandit in Aviator in the past, so maybe hide the Bandit. Might make it a little bit easier. It's just...
Well, yeah, 10 seconds into this round, it looks like we're going to see that very similar north side push. Todd's all the way downstairs on the other side of the map once again.
Yeah, I want to
see
really.
Sorry,
I want to see a bit. Yeah, no, I want to see a bit more impact from Todd on these roams. He's roaming solo, so he either needs to waste a lot of time, or else he needs to have a bit more of a late impact than what he's having so far. He's being shut down. There, like, only 1 round has he actually been successful with his roam. Oh no!
Yeah. Oh.
That's a person, Specker. How can you not be on the ball with that?
I don't know. He's popping in and out. He's just trying to get this Echo drone, but he just can't find the angle.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. As the person now has moved, probably realizing he's getting shot at, and he is not comfortable with that.
Yeah, cannot blame him at all. We're not off the clock though. And where's the rest of the VSDS squad?
Well, downstairs, trying to make sure that they don't get flanked. This is where Todd needs to do something, I feel. Like, there's 2 VSDS members all off on their lonesome right now. Todd could easily get into 1v1s with them. If he catches them off guard, can fall back into the shadows. And it looks like he's starting to move.
Yeah, he's going to start making his way slowly. So now going to see this wall opened up, but Imarin's there to trick it once again, and that's a few of the Hibana charges off. They're not just one lot, or half of them.
Yep, that's very, very unfortunate. I think there is only one X-Kairos charge left for Fletch, if my maths is correct. But it's just so... This tricking from Emorin has just been so good so far.
Yeah, we now got Specker below. He's trying to punish that. Not successful, but here's going to be a push into the bomb site as well. No. Virtue's come down off that one. It was Cutie. He's going to find the first one onto Todd's. There's that roam off the board.
Yep, Todd having no impact again this round off this roam. Just having very unlucky roam so far. And DarkSide are going to try and look to push in here as we come into the final 30 seconds. I'm not 100% certain that Athletico are going to be able to stop this again. More concussion mines coming out. The second logic bomb comes out. Fletch gets the headshot into Ethan, manages to drop him. Fletch sees himself for second. He's managing to tag up Emorin, but does have to reload. As we come into the final 10 seconds now, the Echo drone's coming out. Fletch gets himself Emorin. Jack Daddy finds Silex as they push in. Virtue's going to find Derpe, and DarkSided take round number 5, and they come out the half with a 3-2 scoreline.
Yeah, great round there from VSDS. They have looked quite good on some of these attacks. There's been a few where we've seen some good stuff from Athletico, but, you know, DarkSide are definitely looking like they know how to attack on Villa.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely showed that they have an understanding of the offense on this round. Going into now their turn to defend now. Aviator coming out first. Not a real surprise in any way, shape, or form. I feel like this has become the default site so far.
Oh yeah, it sure has. But yeah, 3-2 half, pretty even across the, you know, all things considered. But DarkSide looking the better, and you know, for that they've, you know, snagged an extra round.
Yeah, absolutely. So, seeing, I was really hoping we were going to see the Yellow then, but Sixth picking it into an Echo, not a bad choice at all. Echo, a very, very strong operator. I think we're going to see Echo sit in that vault again. I don't see why we wouldn't, as, you know, that has been his strongest point so far. And a castle this time coming out for Fletch. We didn't see a castle get run for Athletico at all. Are you surprised by this?
Sorry?
We're seeing castle come out by Fletch. This is something we didn't see Athletico come out with at all.
Oh, we saw it a few times. I believe we saw Ethan pick it up once, and remember he changed out from the mute to the castle?
In trophy.
Yes.
In trophy, but not in aviator. So, do you think it's going... Are we seeing like an almost identical setup between these two teams?
It's looking fairly similar, isn't it? Jack Daddy's going to leave down these bandit batteries rather than just leave one on the hunting room wall. Cutie's going for a bit of a roam downstairs instead of Todd.
Yeah,
what kind of push are we expecting?
Well, he doesn't actually manage to get the steal drone. Cutie's going to piece his way out, but it looks like Athletico are going to try and push their way into the basement here, or the first floor.
Oh.
And no, Todd finds the head of Cutie as Cutie walks straight into him. That is unfortunate. A very, very good pinch there by Athletico.
Yeah, they were just all lined up across the map and just shut him completely down. So that's the roamer off the board, you know, super fast, 30, 40 seconds.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. So heading back up, a shield sitting on the pool table. That's
something we saw Athletico doing as well.
Is it just to hide the stand up? Like just to hide a standing up player?
No, they were playing someone sitting behind the shield pretty much every round. Athletico. So yeah, you can stand behind it, or you can sit on the pool table behind the shield. As we're going to see, Athletico pushing to the study, I believe it is. Yeah, study, which is in front of these two bomb sites. This is where we saw the beachhead of most attacks for DarkSided come from. Without a Thatcher, though, it's going to be a hard time for Athletico to break on in.
Yeah, I agree as well. Unless they can get Todd underneath and start bucking some of that floor out, I think they're going to have a very, very hard time for these ex-Kairos to really do anything.
Here we go. Looks like it's going to be what happens. The pings are coming on out, trying to say exactly where. This Fletcher's getting a bit aggressive. Going to see this hole opened up into the bomb site. Derpay's going to find Fletch. That's what he gets for being aggressive, trying to stand in the doorway.
Virtue in a lot of crossfire, not in a very good spot at all. Has to go prone as shots are coming over his head. He gets tagged out as Todd finds Jack Daddy's head as well. Virtue manages to get one of his gas babes off. He's going to stop some of the entrance points, but he is still under so much pressure. Specker getting into a bit of a fight here with Todd. Todd coming out worse for... yeah, Todd came up worse for wear there. Interesting. Okay,
yeah.
Emo Rin killed off Virtue. I thought Todd won that based off what I saw, but Emo Rin a quick 2k. And as he manages to drop Specker.
Yeah, very well played there by Emo Rin. Oof, beautiful shot. Well then, 3-3 scoreline. As I said, this one's going to be closely contested. Teams are going to... I don't know, it seems like the team that goes down to a deficit first loses the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is going to be very, very tight. We could potentially see this go all the way. I'm going to revise what I said. I think this is going to be a draw. I think this has been way too close.
I wish to point out that's what I said from the start, by the way.
Yeah, well, if you're right, Monkey, I'll buy you a cheeseburger at LAN, alright?
Oh, sweet. Anyway, into the next round. 3-3 scoreline, of course, and we're going to see the same bomb site defended. As you said, it's going to be a very static in the bomb sites we see. Not much tripping around the rest of the map. It's going to be pretty much all upstairs.
Yeah, look at that. A kill spread from DarkSided. So even. And the kill spread from Athletico more in a waterfall shape there.
More of a waterfall shape, eh?
Yep. You know, off a cliff
down,
like Atletico's land dreams.
Trickle down economy. Frags.
10 seconds.
As we are about to head into this next round.
Yeah, absolutely. So DarkSided, they're going to try again for this. And Athletico lost their first defense as well on Aviator. In fact, Athletico lost their first defense on every side.
Yep.
Maybe that trend continues. Maybe, you know, teams learn from it and get better.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an adaptation process from either team, but surely these teams have scrimmed this map like quite a few times now.
You would think so. And a team like Athletico and DarkSided, they've probably scrimmed each other on this map. Right? Like, we know that the top teams in our season, in our scene, sorry, Athletico, Mindfreak, and DarkSided, are all very, very close teams. They scrim each other a lot. They like to practice a lot, and they're fairly open as well. So
here's this window I was talking about as well. You can completely deny that area, but Cutie, he's just going to completely shut that Blackbeard down. He doesn't care about your face shield. He'll say, see you later.
Yeah, absolutely. That was very, very, very good shot by Cutie. Unfortunately, Ethan did not land the headshot. If he did, he would have lived. It's a bit unfortunate there, but Cutie takes a lot of damage, though.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes a lot of damage isn't enough. You need to get 100, and he's going to be reset as well. So I think he lost about 70 from that DMR.
Yeah, and that was only the one shot. Todd throws the nade up. It forces Jack Daddy out. Emo Ring going to find Cutie, though. Through that,
Doesn't
that's
matter,
the
he was
drone hole.
Yep.
So, yeah, great find there by Cutie. And if they can land another nade, Jack Daddy will die to this. But no, a beautiful trick there from the Bandit is going to stop one of the ex-Kairoses. Now Silex is going to have to find an additional entry in, or else Todd's going to have to do some work here.
So yeah, these teams still not 100% coordinated on this map so far. It's causing some issues. It looks like the Bandit batteries are going to be destroyed from below once again.
Yeah, so they're going to force Jack Daddy away from all the walls here, and then they're going to finally manage to break it in. And wait, did he just lose another ex-Kairos?
I don't think so.
Did I see that? I thought I saw it off the corner of the screen. But maybe not as Derpe charges straight in, takes a bit of damage from the Zofia, gets concussed as Fletch peeks out. Fletch has got himself a second before he gets dropped by Silex. A fantastic hold there by Fletch, managing to put a stop into Athletico's push. Silex has to go for the plant here. The Gas Babe misses. The C4 comes out and misses as well. Finally, the Gas Babe manages to hit him, but he does manage to plant just a little bit further around. Todd puts a free fire into Virtue, misses and loses that fight, and Jack Daddy takes out the planting Silex. DarkSided come out with a strong defense there.
Yeah, there we go. It looks like teams are adapting on the fly completely to each other. It is very interesting to watch, isn't it?
It is very, very interesting to watch. I am very excited to see Villa. Like this has been good so far. I think we're going to be seeing probably a bit more Villa in the future. I hope we do anyway. It is such a good map. I think this has been one of the best released maps in a long time out of Ubisoft. So I do think that, you know, this map is a really, really great and balanced map. So I would like to see more and more of this map in the future.
Yeah, well, VSDS pulling ahead on this one. They're now up to 4-3. Solix going to 6th pick into a Monty. As, oh look, we're seeing a downstairs bomb site fleet. Dining room, kitchen.
Ooh, this is the first time we are seeing it. So I wonder what they have in store for this. And do you think Athletico are prepared to attack all bomb sites?
I wouldn't be surprised if they were. I see some reinforcements going downstairs as well. But yeah, what's that? I'm not exactly sure what the plan with that Monty is. Like, is that useful on an attack statue room or what?
I would think so. I think that would be the idea. I do think that would be the idea. So maybe they are going to get caught out here. Or maybe they are aware that DarkSided favor this as a secondary bomb site.
Yeah, perhaps. We'll have to see how this plays into as we're about to head into the round. And anything else stand out on the operators? I think Ethan's having a bit of a rough time. He's gone over to the Habana.
Yeah, he's going to pick up that... he's going to pick up that support operator, as obviously Silex gets the ultimate support operator.
The moving
Monty.
wall.
Yep, just the moving wall. So I would like to see especially with the Monty, a basement take here. It's got to be, you know, I think that's going to be the only way that they can sort of utilize Monty at the moment, as this dining room is so big and open. We're actually discussing this before when we're having a look at the map.
Yeah.
Just to find some talking points, and it's this room is so open that Monty just won't be effective in the dining room at all.
Yeah, well, it looks like Athletico are going for a lot of top floor presence. So see the silhouettes sending out drones and such on the second floor. Looks like we do see Emo Rin making his way down one set of stairs, however. And here we go, the buck from above. He's going to start tearing up this roof or floor, depending on your perspective.
Well, that's it. Todd hopefully going to be finding something through this floor soon, as about half the round has gone. Silex is taking more and more damage as he's managed to step into goo mines, and he is in the basement actually, going to be forcing his way up these wine stairs as he's coming up pretty much on the site.
Yeah, I wonder if you're going to have any kind of counter ready for him. Going to see Todd hopping around these holes he's made in the floor. It's a bit risky for him to be standing on top of them like that. Could be to his demise. He's going to open up above another one, and he's going down. Cutie! He's going to find those shots for the floor as he's pinged out the position of the Monty. Do you reckon the Monty's doing the same, pinging him out, trying to say this is where you should be bucking? But that was, in the end, not very successful.
No, he chose to try and reload the shotgun rather than go for the peak. I feel like he should have shotgunned out the floor. Swift, what a shot by Emo in there. Good reaction times. He should have shot out the floor and then immediately switched to his rifle. Like, it's
Jack Daddy's going to find Derpe. That's Lion, but Emo Rin's going to trade one back on through the smoke. Jack Daddy's going to have to go down for the reloaders. Emo Rin's gone low from a goo mine. He is getting flanked as well by the Legion, as that's going to be a shot as Virtue finds Ethan. It's all up to Monty, and Jack Daddy's going to find him. VSDS put themselves up to 5.
Yep, DarkSided there. They definitely knew that. Athletico wasn't going to be prepared for that, and Athletico wasn't prepared for it. Like they didn't know how to attack that. Nothing that they did worked out. They had people pinging spots for callouts and things like that, but it just did not work. It was just DarkSided had answers for everything that Athletico wanted to throw at them.
Yeah, I really think that Monty was picked for that bomb site. Like, he's just going to sit in the door, he's going to ping the positions of people, and Todd's going to try and put the paint on from above. He just wasn't very successful at it, so yeah, in the end, it was a nice idea.
You actually believe that Athletico called the kitchen dining?
Or at least they were perhaps expecting it, and they had a strap for both bomb sites.
Yeah, maybe, but a 6 pick into Legion here.
Do you reckon VSDS looking to take this one now?
It's definitely on their mind. And, being 5-3 up, Athletico have a lot of work that they need to do right now.
Especially being on attack, they're the ones that are going to have to make the assertive moves. As we are seeing the statutory room come out now. Sorry, statuary.
It's going to take some used to getting saying, isn't it? Statuary is such a weird word.
Yeah, we'll go statue room. Statue and trophy.
Yeah. So, wow, look at that. That kill spread has not changed out of VSDS. They're just so even, so clumped up.
Yeah,
but
everyone putting in a shift, aren't they?
They really are. But Athletico, Ethan on the bottom of the scoreboard there, only 2 frags. When you pick up a fragger and they only get 2 frags, that's not what you want in such a high-level map.
Yeah, he's been having a rough time here on Villa. I could see probably how frustrated he was when he went for that peek on Blackbeard, and Cutie just won that dual heads up. Like, that would have been very frustrating for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely it would have. You could just picture his head in his hands, hey? Like, it'd just be such a crazy, unfortunate thing to see. Cutie managing to put himself in a bathtub, wants to go have a bit of a shower, and I don't know, maybe he stinks a little bit. Maybe Jack Daddy's told him to get in there. Be the sort of thing Jack Daddy would tell him to do. So
that's not very nice, Flea.
But
he just likes the sensation of a warm feeling. He's got a bath bomb in his pocket. That's what it is.
That's all right. So Athletico now, they've lost a minute on their attack, and it looks like they're trying to do another basement attack, not bringing the Monty this time.
Yeah, I don't think a Monty would be as impactful on this bomb site at all. Didn't really have much impact overall, really.
No, I do. I just don't think Monty's good for this map in general. As Emo's pushed his way in, he's managed to push his way out, as Cutie is still sitting in that bathtub. Ethan finds the first kill on the Fletch. Is Blackbeard going to achieve something this time around? Managing to what looks like was a one-tap. And these bullets are just flying over Cutie as Derpe finds Virtue as well. Emo is going to push his way in. He manages to pre-fire Cutie. Doesn't manage to pre-fire Specker there. Specker going to win that one. But he gets shot up from the window as in reply. Derpe has lost half his health as well. We are now 2-on-4. Athletico look like they're finally bringing something together here. Look like they're much more prepared for this bomb site than the last one.
And they're stuck downstairs. The plant's going down. There's no chance of denying it with the C4. Jack Daddy gives it a go, but nowhere near, and that is diffuser confirmed. 2-on-4 on the retake.
Absolutely. It's all up to them now. Jack Daddy finds the first one as these DarkSided members are pushing together. Ethan manages to trade him back, though, and he's not going to get the second one as Specker puts an end to Ethan. But Specker, on half health here, still has 2 people to find.
Yeah, he's going to push around as the EE1D comes in out. That's going to be difficult, but he still managed to find Solix. 1-on-1. He's very low HP. Derpe surely just going to try and play time here as you see the peak come on out. Derpe just needs to hold down trigger, and Derpe's going to do that. Specker walks into him. We're going all the way. 5-4.
Wow, what a comeback from Specker, even though he didn't manage to get it. I cannot believe that shot he got through the bomb just then.
Yeah, it was a very good attempt there by Specker. Jack Daddy putting in a shift as well on that round. Almost taking it for VSDS. And we're going back to Aviator Room and Games Room. It's been a 1-1 scoreline on this bomb site for both teams. who's going to come out on top?
Well, history dictates it'll be Athletico. Just from the first half, DarkSided won at 2-1, and we've seen the exact same scoreline changes in the second half here. So, history dictates that Athletico wins this.
Well, I think DarkSided are going to take it.
Yeah, you think a 6-4 to DarkSided?
Yeah, I did originally pick draw as we said earlier, and I've not stuck to my guns at all, and I think it is going to be a DarkSided win here.
Well, just because I don't really want to stick to my scoreline either, since it's impossible now at this point. I'm gonna go to a draw. I just want to choose be a little bit different to you, Monkey, because I'm sick of being the same as you from the first map where we both picked the same win. So just for something different, because I always like being wrong.
Well, this has been a great matchup so far, hasn't it? Both really these maps have gone to 10 rounds.
It really has. This has been, we were so excited about this matchup. Then it really has delivered. So this is, as we said, this is two of the top 3 teams facing off right now, and
10 seconds to insertion.
realistically, if you're looking at it as in Fnatic gets first place, this is the matchup that decides second.
Yeah, and if they each go one map for one map with the same round difference, it's gonna pretty much have no impact on the standings full stop, is it?
No, it really isn't. It'll come down to, well, I actually don't know what happens if we have a draw in the round robin phase.
I'd say my guess would be a go head to head and then round difference. So whoever gets the better round difference throughout the whole season might be in with the shot to take it. But I'm sure, if that kind of thing eventuates, we'll know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would like to see a DarkSided win just because of how interesting it would make the scoreboard. I think, it would make the end of season leaderboard. It would make it really, really interesting. But I do think that we are going to see a round here as to Athletico as Jack Daddy's taken a fair bit of damage through that floor.
Yeah, he's taken a beating and a half. Ethan's going to rappel up on this window once again. Going to try and deny this person playing around the classical hall corner.
Yeah, and we're starting to see Athletico make their way through to where they need to be. Starting to try and think about opening up the sights. As long as, actually they don't have a shotgun this time through the floor. They're missing that buck, which they've been playing so often. Ooh. But Todd through the floor might be able to find another one. They're basically relying on Todd here on this IQ. I'm not particularly a fan of this.
Yeah,
I think they should have bought the buck.
Yeah, well, if the IQ can make it work, it would be nice to see. It looks like Spec has taken some damage as well through the floor. He's down to under half as well as Jack Daddy. Minute on the clock, and we're going to be seeing Athletico getting ready for their push any moment now. I like this. This is the angle into the hunting vault. That's going to deny a lot of these anchor positions that these defenders are sitting in. So when the push comes to shove on the bomb site, it's going to be hectic. It's going to be frags left, right, and center.
Yep, and here we go. Spec is going to be forced out by this ex-Kairos pallet behind him as well. He's going to have to run to the side. The E1D comes out, and they do spot out even more players from VSDS. And Ethan's made his way through. He almost found a head there. But he's not going to be able to get through that hole. Finally, they're going to start making their way in as these castle barricades are dropping. And Ethan's going to find the first kill on the Fletch. That's Castle getting taken off the board. And it's only 20 seconds left. Athletico need to start coming in with the attack rounds here. One gas grenade has came out. Jack Daddy finds Todd's head. That's going to be a good find. Jack Daddy finds himself a second. Silex is getting dropped. Silex was the one with the fuses. Specker takes out Derpe. Specker takes out Emo, and we are now all down to Ethan in a 1 versus 4. He's pulled out the Deagle, and Virtue is going to get the kill credit. DarkSided managed to bring this back and take a 1-1 scoreline.
Yeah, 6-4 victory for DarkSided. Very impressive. Especially to bounce back after that Coastline map, which they lost 6-4 themselves. Athletico definitely put up a good fight here on Villa, but, honestly, as I said, DarkSided did look better overall.
Yeah, absolutely they did. They played phenomenally. Specker reaching that double-digit frags. Specker played out of his mind that map. I feel like if they didn't have Specker in there, DarkSided would have had a much worse scoreline than what they came out with.
Yeah, for sure. So 1-for-1 overall in the maps, you said, and exact same round score as well. So it's going to play some interesting stuff on the ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be havoc on the late game ladder, and it's really going to come down to whether or not one of these two teams can pull either a draw or a win against Fnatic. Because if they can, and the other team can't, it's really going to play havoc on this late game lineup on the late game ladder board.
DarkSided have already gotten a draw against Fnatic in one map, we haven't seen Athletico go up against them yet. But we could also not count out some of those more wild card teams. Like we saw Control get a draw against Fnatic. Could they pull a draw against one of these top teams as well? It doesn't come down to just the one thing. It's a multitude of things in the round robin. But if we just go off seeding, this match and this scoreline does make things very interesting.
Absolutely, it does. But as for now, because Athletico started with a much better of a point score coming into this week, they still retain their first place scoreline as of tonight. There won't be any way that Taboo or Control can catch them, so they will end tonight with first place still. But guys, we are going to throw to a very quick break. Hold on as we get our second match, which is Taboo versus Control set up for you. So sit tight, guys, and we'll see you shortly.
All around the world with the incredible Rainbow Six Pro League, we bring you the best teams in the world. Let's see who's really got it in them to win the title.